Hello. Hope we all doing well. Sorry, a bit close there. Don't want to freak you all out. How is everyone? I'm just asking everyone that's in the chat just to give another shout out so I don't miss anyone, because I know in the past there's that many comments going off that I'll miss a few people. But before we kick off, I better get the most important person to the podcast on, Mr. Glenn. Hello, Glenn.
Hi.
How are you doing?
Thanks for giving my proper build-up, my much-deserved build-up. I do appreciate it. I've said this to you already, off camera. Hair's looking on point, Philip.
It's a bit shorter, isn't it?
Yeah, it's good. It's sharp. I like it.
Yeah, I've finally gone. And I thought I've got to do it for the live stream because I've come on a couple of times and it's been poofy and it's been all over the place and I just got tired of it and thought, you know what, I'm just going to get it chopped off. I was keeping long hair for any feature movie castings that come up because they like the long hair for anything Viking-y or anything like that. They like the longer hair, they like the beard, but so you know, Christmas is coming up, it'll grow back. So yeah, went for a cleaner, younger look.
Not sure why you put those two things together. Christmas is coming up, it'll grow back.
Oh yeah.
Does it only grow back once a year then?
Yeah, 2 weeks and it'll be like poof again.
Oh, that'll be it. That'll be it. Oof.
Yeah. Or I just stop washing it and yeah,
it's gone back.
So you'd like that one. I'll keep it all greased up for you tomorrow.
Thanks. I mean, that sounded slightly weird, but let's move on.
Now I can see your mustard chair there in the background.
Mm-hmm.
So I also, you mentioned to me what you were sat on. I think we all need to see what you're sat on at the moment as well, because it ties into what we're going to see tomorrow.
What, you need to look at my ass? I'm sat on my ass. What are you talking about? Absolute pervert.
Move.
No, I'm leaning on this.
Yeah.
To give my back a little bit of support. Yeah. But yes, we are. I can't wait to see it tomorrow. I've seen it 1,000,001 times and I've never seen it on the big screen. So I'm thoroughly looking forward to it.
It kind of ties into the topic for me as well, but I'll explain more about that later. Before we get going any further, before our more ramblings and stuff like that, I want to say hi to people in the chat because we've had quite a few here for quite a while and I feel like I've ignored them. So.
Can I just point out, Mad Dog, you've not checked out my ass. You don't know that you don't need to see it. Okay? You might do. It might surprise you.
Anyway, in the chat, we've got Adam, New York Adam. Hello, Adam.
Hey,
Adam. Doing well? And he made it on time.
Well done, you.
Absolutely. We've got Mad Dog with us as well. Says, hey again. He was in the chat earlier, so hey again, Mad Dog. We've got Lynn in the other room from the lounge.
Hi, Lynn in the other room.
We've got Morton's Reviews here with us as well. Good evening, Morton. Hope you are doing well. I hope there's enough room in the comment section for your pickups later, because I've no doubt you're going to put us all to shame.
Take up like 3 messages long. Yeah.
We've got Glenn with a double N, who's with us doing this anyway. So, Mad Dog goes another shout out. Just safe it is from Australia, and it's like 6:30 in the morning there. So, credit to you for getting up and listening to us babble.
Well done, Mad Dog.
I've got Gone Hollow Media. Good evening, all. Good evening, Gone Hollow.
Good evening.
Hey, evening, everyone.
Good evening, Darren.
Cranston Night, it's all kicking off. Hey again. Hey, Cranston Night. Got some meows a lot. Hello, hello. Yes, the countdown. Yeah, countdown's gone. We've got Jeremy Carr, as always, with us. Bonjour, Lynn, Mad Dog, Hollow Media, Darren, Cranston Night. Filling Glenn?
Not us. Who cares about us? Jeremy Carr doesn't.
What is with us as well? We've got Anthony Hello. Hello, Phil, Glenn, all in the chat, and Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you.
We've got one more live stream before Christmas.
Yeah.
As Wilco, 97. Hello, good night, going to bed. Farewell, as Wilco. Nice to you.
Good night, sweet dreams.
Jeremy Carr says Phil is all cleaned up. Kind of. I had a wash.
It's about time, isn't it? Honestly. Dragged up.
Martin's Movie Covered with us as well. Good evening, everyone. Evening, Martin.
Evening, Martin.
We've got Fuzzy Musler. Good evening, Fuzzy.
Good evening, Fuzzy.
Matthew Walder is with us as well. Good evening, Matthew. Hope you're doing well.
Matthew Walder.
Adam, greetings from a cold and snowy New York.
I've seen a few pics. Yes, it's quite white over, isn't it?
John the Movie Man. Good evening, John. We've got John Robinson, and all watching.
Evening, John Robinson.
Yes. Chris Knight says them sprouts do wonders for hair and hot air. Definitely. One's reviews quite rightly pointed out Glenn's cushion is The Shining, along with the poster in the background as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a really large Christmas gift. Who could that be for?
I would show your box. Well,
by the sounds of it, look, judging from the comments, I've got to show my ass as well, so I might as well show my box off, haven't I, really?
Absolutely. Big Jace is in the building. Good evening, gentlemen, and Mr. Phil and Glenn. Mad Dog says at least we can see Phil this week. He was pretty blurry last week. Yeah, I'm not sure what happened on that. It wasn't my connection. I think it was
a wee bit pixelated, weren't you? Yeah.
Yeah. Alex Great, back on a live stream. You are indeed, Alex. Now you get a shout out to prove you are here.
Yeah. Shiny mug on the go as well, look.
Very good. Adam Rag, evening, Adam.
Evening, Adam.
Yeah, Slop Professor with us as well. Good evening, Slop Professor.
Hey, Slop Professor.
Mad Dog says, what's in the box?
What's in the bags? What's in the effing bags? Don't come over here.
Yeah. Are you all set up and ready for Christmas?
No, we've in the house we have 0 Christmas decorations up.
Really?
A lot of other houses in our close have got all like twinkly lights dangling from the verandas and all that kind of stuff, and we've got none of that whatsoever.
I know I went through a few films last week because I've got kids. We've got Christmas films on the go. Do you ever swing towards a Christmas movie this time of year?
No.
I didn't think you did.
Like I say, Scrooged, I'd probably watch Terrifier 3 because it's set at Christmas time.
Yeah.
Obviously love a bit of Die Hard, goes without saying, but action movie set at Christmas rather than a Christmas movie.
Yeah.
No, I'm not mega Christmassy, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
I think I've, not got kids, I've just grown out of it a little bit, really.
Yeah, I can't remember you mentioning watching Christmas movies in particular or going for Christmas themed movies even. I wondered if it was something you ever did because you've not really mentioned it. So, yeah. I am actually now got the setup done to pull out the Long Kiss Goodnight 4K. Get some Shane Black Christmas movies. But myself, I've never been particularly drawn to watching Christmas movies at Christmas. I think I do it more so because one, for the kids, and two, I think my wife tends to like a Christmas movie as well. So she's not opposed to watching Die Hard or anything like that. So of course you don't miss opportunity to sit and watch Die Hard if you get it. So. And
she still believes in Santa. So, you're going to have to break it to her at some point. You do realise that.
One day I might
One day. Well, like you say, Long Kiss Goodnight, again, it's an action movie that's set at Christmas time.
Yeah.
Rather than it being a Christmas movie, isn't it?
Yeah, to be honest, it's been sat on the shelf since it came out unwatched, and it's an excuse to get it watched more than anything. I think for me, I wouldn't gravitate towards Christmas movies. I'd sooner try and watch the movies that I want to see if I've got the spare time. Rather than repeat viewing some of the things I've seen dozens of times, like Christmas Vacation and Elf and things like that. I don't want to watch them again just because it's Christmas time. I'd rather dig out that City on Fire Asian movie that I've got sat there since release and watch that again than go back to Home Alone.
I noticed Mad Dog just mentioned Silent Night, Deadly Night, and the new one's getting really good reviews.
Yeah.
And when I caught the trailer, I just thought, looks mediocre at best, but apparently it's pretty good. So I might make the actual effort. I was kind of poo-pooing it a little bit, to be honest, but might give it a look.
Yeah, I thought it looked pretty terrible from the trailer, to be honest with you. I kind of dismissed it. It's like, another cheap cash grab. But if it's getting reviewed,
the same different. Yes, Jeremy Carr, Batman Returns is a good staple Christmas movie.
I wanted to next week. No, I'm not going to spoil Legends yet, but we'll probably dive into something a bit more Christmassy next week.
I think we're doing a fairly shorter one next week, though, aren't we, as well?
Might be, yeah, might be.
Yeah.
But like, well, yeah, basically it's the Christmas time of year, so we've got lots of stuff going off at home. There's my wife wants to catch up with her friends. She's going on a work's Christmas parties. The kids have got things to do, and it's screwing up my schedule. So next weekend for the next stream, we might be a little bit later because I've got commitments and the wife is out, and I need to put the kids to bed at a decent time, and I don't want to spoil their routines by changing it up. So my eldest, normally at this time when I'm doing the stream, my youngest's in bed already, and my eldest watches 45 minutes to an hour of a Marvel film or some kind of film with his mum. And because she is out, I don't want to take his movie watching time away from him. His time to watch something a bit more grown up than his little brother. So I'm going to sit and watch a bit of a film with him while his mum's out, and then I'll jump on a live stream. So it might be 45 minutes to an hour later than normal, but I do want to still do the stream. So
you'll resentfully sit there watching a film with him and just, thinking, I'd be happier single. I know I would. And you probably would, Phil. But, for now, just deal with the cards you've been dealt. And
I don't want to ruin the Marvel movie watching that is got with the wife. So I'll probably not do a Marvel movie, but I've been contemplating putting Alita Battle Angel on for him. So we might watch a good chunk of that with him next weekend.
You're so not doing that for him. You're doing that for you.
He'll enjoy it. He'll enjoy it.
Yeah, we'll enjoy it.
I'll take suggestions and recommendations, but there's a few that I've got sidelined for him to watch at some point, like Eight-Legged Freaks. I want to watch that with him as well. So I'll find something interesting, or even Pacific Rim. To be fair, I don't know if that might be a bit touch too far, but I think I'd rather watch that on the 4K than the other living room TV. To be honest,
I think he'll concentrate more on the actual robots than he will the story, anyway, won't he? So probably be fine. Yeah,
absolutely. So me mentioning Christmas movies, of course, we've got a lot of Christmas movie suggestions in the chat. So before I fall too far behind with the chat, I'm going to read a few out. So Mad Dog would go for Die Hard as a Christmas movie, or Christmas Vacation, which again, staples really. Gone Home Media might watch Black Christmas. Depends which one it is, but there's one I'd go for.
One of three. Yeah.
Adam said Long Kiss Goodnight.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. Alex Great watched Long Kiss Goodnight, Dark Angel, and Cobra this past week. Apparently, they're action movies set at Christmas.
I wouldn't remember Cobra was, to be honest.
I didn't remember Dark Angel was a Christmas time set one.
Marlon Cabretti.
Darren G watched Die Hard as well, Trading Places and Krampus last night.
Nice.
My Dog, Black Christmas, as we mentioned earlier, New Silent Night as well.
Yeah.
Watch reviews every year. Me and the wife go, what's that? Your Bexing for Christmas? I'm not sure what that is, Morton.
That's why we explore abandoned buildings. So no movies for me. Morton, you are so European. It's unreal. That statement says you are European like nothing else.
What he says, great Christmas movies I like to watch most or every year are Christmas Vacation, Krampus, and Fred Claus.
Fred Claus with Vince Vaughn. Nobody normally mentions that.
I remember hearsay, a story about Fred Claus and Vince Vaughn. Allegedly, Vince Vaughn was quite a handful on set and things like that, and he, by the sounds of it, he liked his star power, and apparently it was a bit of a pain to film a couple of scenes because there's a scene where there's a bit of a snowball fight, and he wouldn't come out of his trailer until the snowballs were made lighter because apparently they were too heavy when they were being thrown at him, so he walked off set and wouldn't come out of the trailer until they sorted something out about the snowballs. And I think it took some efforts to get him, but I think he threw his dummy out of the pram to, I don't know, cement his star power. I don't know, but yeah, apparently it's a bit of a handful and a bit of a
diva by the sound of it. Yeah, did it request a certain weight of snowball?
I don't think so. I didn't go that far into detail, or they didn't go that far into detail. But yeah, he was a handful to deal with apparently, and it gave me a different light on what he was like. But yeah, it sounded like a diva. Anyway, Jeremy Carr says Iron Man 3, Batman Returns, Black Christmas. Big J says Phil has picked up the hair clippers. Indeed.
Yep. That was his pickup this week.
Gonholo Media says Garbage Day from Silent Night. Gonholo Media says the original had a great Scream Factory restoration for Black Christmas. That was it, Black Christmas, sorry. Adam says we love digging out the Christmas movie binder. It has about 80 titles now. I think, to be honest, the Christmas movies are the perfect ones to stick in a binder because, let's face it, they only come out once a year. You only look for them once a year. So if they're all binded together, not taking up space on the shelf, then yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Jeremy says 39 watching, 13 likes. Come on. Oh, it's not showing. Oh, no. Oh, I was there. Sorry.
What?
Went a bit funny there. My comments aren't coming up. 39 watching, 13 likes. Come on, like it. You're probably subscribed anyway. Thank you, Jeremy. Yes. So meows a lot.
The thing is, Jeremy, people are only going to hit like if they're liking it. If they're not liking it, then we need to try harder.
Yeah. Home Alone and Home Alone 2. Who's watched them already? Be honest.
Yeah, I saw Nick the other day, and it was last Sunday when we'd gone for a meal and we were walking back to the car, and he was all excited because he was going home to watch Home Alone 2.
Why?
Get a grip, Nicholas. Honestly, ridiculous.
Yeah, we've watched the first one, but the second one hasn't been on yet. Yeah, Cranston Knight says Home Alone 2 last week's watch, as I've only seen it once before. Slot Professor says Gremlins is super Christmas fun.
Yeah, true.
Woody says Phil, get your son into Die Hard next week. It won't be long, to be honest. I don't think till I can get him watching Die Hard.
Really? Have you forgotten how sweary that is?
Oh, he swears, man. It's 10. He knows swear words.
Yeah, but is he coming out with mother effer? Really? I don't know.
Not in front of us. We've already warned him that. It says we've said to him, look, we know you're going to swear.
Do it at school. I don't want to hear it in the house.
Yeah, exactly. I don't want to hear it in the house. We know you're going to swear. We know your friends are already swearing because we've heard them on the streets before. So just be aware of who you're around and where you're using it, because we don't want to hear it when you're with us or anything like that. It's
say it to your teacher. Do not say it to me. Okay?
Yeah. Real just around lady.
You need to find the do you remember the horrible edited one that was on ITV?
Yeah.
Yippee-ki-yay, Kimu-sabi and stuff like that. You need to find that one. He'd be fine with that one.
Melon Farmer on Lethal Weapon, wasn't it?
Yeah. Melon Farmer. Yeah.
Real Sketchman says Lady in the Lake 47 is a Christmas movie.
Yeah.
I have no idea. No idea.
You are very cultured, young man.
Mad Dog, Lethal Weapon, Adam, Fatman, and Violent Night. I've not watched Fatman yet. It was on there, but I think I just skipped it for some reason. May have been Mel Gibson. Possibly. I don't know.
Possibly, yeah.
Adam says, watch Barbarian, started Death Note series as well. Is that the anime? The Death Note one? It's Mad Dog, Bad Santa. Matthew Walder, I want to watch the Jack Black film, Dear Santa. I've not seen that one either. Have you seen the new one that's popped up on, I think all the streaming services have got some kind of Christmas movie going on. Have you seen the one on Prime starring Michelle Pfeiffer?
Yeah, no, I was trying to think who else was in it. It actually, when you go on Prime, it's like the first thing that appears on the big advertising thing. It's like their tentpole kind of thing that they're putting on there. I can't remember who else I saw in it, but I'd heard nothing about it, and it doesn't appeal to me at all. But...
No, but it's got quite a cast of recognisable names. Strange. Gone Hollow Media this year, instead of having a Lord of the Rings marathon, we're going to stick on the extras and behind the scenes making of the trilogy.
Nice.
It'll run longer than the movies, I think. Alex Gray says, have anyone actually watched Home Alone 4 and 5?
4 and 5. I didn't know there was 4 and 5. I knew there was 3 and 4, but there's a 5th one as well.
Yeah, is that the reboot, the remake that they did?
Oh, I don't know. I think everybody kind of, not that I was ever a fan anyway, but I think as soon as Macaulay Culkin went, I think most of the fans went as well, didn't they, really?
Yeah. Bench Film Collection. I've watched Home Alone 1 and 2 all year, 97 times with my 4-year-old. He looks marv. I know that feeling, man. If a kid latches onto something, then it's going to be an everyday thing. It's, just...
That's a bit like you and Showgirls, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly like that. Slot Professor says, I work in a primary school and the 10-year-olds know everything, Glenn.
Oh, yeah, I know they're little sponges for sure, but yeah.
Gone Hello Media says Prometheus is a low-key Christmas movie, especially if you count the engineer being Jesus Theory. There is a couple of scenes that have a little Christmas tree in the background on that movie, but I don't think it's ever really mentioned. I don't think. Adam says Harold and Kumar Christmas with Neil Patrick Harris. I've never seen that one. Did you watch it?
I have not watched. I've not watched any of the Harold and Kumar. Not.
I did.
Doesn't sting out as being things that I'd enjoy.
I picked it up, Harold and Kumar Christmas, and it was a 3D disc, and I just never fancied watching it. It's
worthwhile purchase.
Yeah. Mine's Movie Cupboard says good movie to watch with your son would be Tremors. That one has been mentioned as well, to be honest.
I would think that would be harmless enough, to be honest, yeah.
It's got a fair number of swearing. I did actually check. There's a website called Common Sense Media, and they have not family reviews, but I suppose they are in a way. It would review a film, but say how safe it is for kids. So to give it like gradings for swearing, action, and things like that, and they break it down a little bit. But then it's got reviews from adults and reviews from kids as well, and they'll do their suggested age ratings. And it's quite funny to read through, to be honest. But Tremors was a bit on the cusp for some of them. But yeah, it's one that's I think I'd get away with. Alex Great said my mum would blow a gasket if she heard me swear. Even now, I don't swear in front of her. Yep. Alex Great, read one completely memory hold. Can't remember anything from it. I watched it the other day and I can't remember much from it as well.
No.
Woody says
I've never watched it, but maybe I have watched it and I just don't remember watching it. But I'm going to go with I've not watched it.
Saw a trailer today for Lord of the Rings 25-year re-release.
Yeah.
That means a new steelbook some point then.
Yep.
Quite possibly. AJ says, having to dip in and out. Hope you're both good. We'll catch up on the stream tomorrow. Watched the new Knives Out yesterday, and it was okay. And the holdovers today, which was great. There we go. Somebody else says Tremors 2. Oh, no, the first Tremors. I meant he said Tremors as well.
Yes. Yeah.
You know what I meant.
I know what you meant.
Somebody else watched Goonies last night for the 1000th time. Adam says Goonies is in my top 80s list. Great choice. We've tried Goonies before, and my youngest wouldn't get into it, and my oldest kind of lost interest at some point. And then we tried it again. My youngest just wouldn't have it. He wouldn't allow Goonies being watched. So that's still on the potential rewatches pile if we can get them to settle and actually watch it.
And now my youngest is in care, so we don't have to worry about it, and we can watch Goonies whenever.
It is quite dark at times, to be fair. The dead body in the freezer and stuff like that. It's.
I think, to be honest, when you rewatch it, it kind of, for somebody the age of your youngest, it does take a little while for it to properly kind of kick in and become an actual action adventure.
Yeah.
It's not until they go underground at the cafe that it really starts kind of kicking off. And that's quite a way in, really.
Yeah.
So I'm not surprised he kind of loses interest, but give it a couple of years.
But anyway, we've been babbling without even getting to topic. I don't know what's wrong with us today.
That's not like us at all, normally.
Ben's Film Collection says, A Simple Plan with Bill Paxton, watched for the first time, set at Christmas. Really good 90s thriller.
It is a very, very good film, Simple Plan.
It is. Sure. I don't remember it being set at Christmas, but I know it was a good film.
I remember it being wintry. I wouldn't have said specifically Christmas, but...
No. Anyway, without further ado, it's the topic of the week.
It's the topic of the week.
Yeah. So I was this all spurred on from the other night. My wife was out on her work's Christmas do, and I had the option to watch whatever I wanted all night. And it just got me thinking, because I was looking through all the new movies, and my hit rate for new movies that I've watched recently, it's not been great. I found a lot of the movies quite weak, really. And I thought, do I want to risk my evening alone, nice and quiet, in watching a new movie that I don't really know if it's going to be very good or to my tastes? Or do I just go back to something that I've seen before? Is there sort of a reliability in our old favorites that we sort of crave when we do get that free time to sit down? And it got me thinking about that. And I thought, yeah, you know what? I think, does this feed into my desire when I'm buying things now to just be rebuying old stuff? Because let's face it, a lot of us, we are rebuying and collecting the same old movies. And I was thinking, why do we do it? And this was one of the things that sort of dawned on me why we collect the same old movies. It's because the new ones, they're just, for me, just aren't memorable anymore. They're not quotable like the older movies were. I don't get that sense of just the need to go back and see the things again. And do you think the same? Do you think we're rebuying and collecting the same older movies that we really enjoyed? Do you think we're doing that for nostalgia? Or do you think we're doing it because genuinely there were better movies? There were more enjoyable movies. The movies that we can rely on.
I think they were better movies, but I think it was a time thing where people were just experimenting with different movies, really. When you look at, like, I think I've said this before, when you kind of get to the 50s, things were quite samey. 60s started pushing the envelope a little bit more, and then 70s were a lot more kind of dangerous and edgy and pushy and things like that. And then we had the 80s, which thankfully we grew up in, with some just amazing knocking it out of the park. And it's not just nostalgia, it was just new directors coming in with different visions and things like that, and allowing genre mixers rather than you have to be an action movie, you have to be this kind of movie. It was kind of, you just said about quotable lines and things like that. I think people were trying different things in the 80s and were allowing themselves to be funny, even in a serious movie and things like that. And I think it just developed into something very different. And I think now there isn't anything that new. I'm not saying there's not original movies, because there are, but there's no original genres really anymore that haven't been done before. So I think we do kind of go back to 80s, 90s movies and further back than that, because it's just, they were the ones that broke the mold a little bit.
Yeah.
And were that bit different and fresh.
How does your collecting split now? With the things that you do buy, how's the balance between buying new movies to explore that you've perhaps not seen or perhaps seen recently, compared to the things that you know, love, and you're rebuying, and even movies that we already own, you sort of rebuying those to put on the shelf rather than concentrating on new stuff? How's that sort of split for you now?
Yeah, I would think heavily kind of back catalogue rather than new.
Yeah.
I do pick up new things, but it's few and far between. In an actual year, we've talked about films that we've loved this year, for example. And, you can, 6, 7 of them maybe? And they're probably the only ones I'll buy. And that's like Nosferatu and Sinners, and I will probably pick up Begonia at some point. What else have we watched and really loved this year?
One Battle After Another.
One Battle After Another. Personally, Wake Up Dead Man was one for me as well. So, we're talking like a handful of films.
Yeah.
Whereas you look at all of the boutique labels and things, it's all really back catalogue stuff, whether that's Arrow or Second Sight or anything like that. It's things, they don't go in for new stuff, really. There is the odd one with Arrow, but the bulk of their sales are back catalogue movies that we love.
Yeah. I'd say the same. Just looking at the pickups I've been showing the past few weeks, they're pretty much all movies I've already had in the collection or already seen from years ago. There's nothing new. I've not shown Superman on here. I've not shown, I'm trying to think of other new movies, that F1 or anything like that, because I just don't think they're sort of holding up like they used to.
Because if you'd bought F1, I'd laugh in your face.
That's I was just trying to think of new movies. Yeah. I mean, I should have my letterboxd up and have a look and actually log stuff on there, but I don't. But yeah, a lot of the stuff, it's just been kind of mediocre. And I don't know if there's, because there are a lot of new films coming out, that they're just spreading themselves too thin and the talent's just all over the place. And there's just a lot of subpar things just to try and fill that quota of content. I don't know. It could be that, or it could be that they're just not taking the risk.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just that question of, are the new movies just not good enough to add into my collection? So I just find myself rebuying the old things that I've potentially already got.
Yeah, and I mean, we've always done it when we've changed from formats, going from VHS to Laserdisc to DVD to Blu-ray to 4K. We've always kind of upgraded the older titles that we like.
Yeah.
But now we're doing it, you showed on your thumbnail various different titles that you've obviously upgraded and not necessarily upgraded from Blu-ray to 4K. Boogie Nights, I mean, that's probably the worst example of a movie that you've upgraded for like, really.
It is.
But yeah, we do sometimes kind of change them up Blu-ray wise because it's a new remaster or there's new extras or something.
Yeah.
History of Violence on there. You've already got it on Blu-ray, but you've upgraded it to the Criterion one. And that's not just on the picture, that's on extras and things like that as well, isn't it?
Yeah. But yeah, I'd rather have bought History of Violence than I'm trying to think of a newer example again, but
risk something new.
Yeah. Things aren't sticking in my mind because they're just not reputable. I can't remember half the movies that I've seen at the cinema this year because they've just been subpar.
Yeah.
I think. I mean, I've walked out and a day later, I like to normally sit on a film, and a day later, I'll chat with you about it again and give possibly new opinions, possibly new thoughts on the thing. And a lot of them, they're just not sticking in my mind anymore. We've seen this year, we've seen Predator Badlands, Running Man, one batter after another, Long Walk, Caught Stealing, I've seen, Weapons, F1, Superman, Ballerina, Thunderbolts. And most of those are just instantly forgettable. There's nothing much to talk about them. There's not a lot that's subject matter, direction, just not a lot that's sitting with me.
I think Running Man's been probably one of my biggest disappointments of this year, to be honest. For an Edgar Wright movie, I will always go and see an Edgar Wright movie at the cinema. That was not an Edgar Wright movie at all. Next day, it was literally like, I wasn't even thinking that I'd been to see it. So I'm not picking it up.
This sounds, we're going back to the 90s. Is it 90s again? But remember going to see something like, from a director that you possibly wouldn't consider now, his movies because of his style, but Michael Bay movie like Bad Boys, it's an action flick, it's a buddy cop movie that we'd already seen, but even that in the 90s stood out because it had such flair and such style, and it's one that I've probably bought 2 or 3 times anyway over the years because I thought it was great. But there's nothing that's sort of come out now, even the ones that do have the same tropes, that someone's going to do a buddy cop movie and it's going to be by this director, and you just don't get that feeling. When I saw a Michael Bay one, it felt fresh because of the action style, the direction style, how it looked, how everything about it just felt unique again. But no one's got that unique flair anymore to give something special.
Slight tangent, but still talking about Michael Bay. Transformers was on the TV the other day, and it just started, and the Lynn was on the phone. We were waiting to watch something else, and I ended up just starting watching that. Immediately, it's Michael Bay. His editing, his shot choices, his color palette of each shot and everything. And it was, I mean, that kind of thing, we were just talking about things that your kids would enjoy and what have you. They wouldn't have a second to get bored with that film because he's chopping and changing and there's something happening all the time and what have you.
Yeah.
The first couple of Transformers movies are really good, I think. They're really entertaining, summer blockbuster type, they're throwaway. You could write them on the back of a beer mat, but they did what they needed to do kind of thing. But I can't remember why we got onto Bay, but
that was my fault. Just for at the time in the 90s, him coming out with the standard buddy cop movie thing and just adding that fresh level on there and having a unique style that stuck out. But like you say, it's a director that had that unique flair. And there was loads of them in the 90s. They were allowed to do it, but I don't know if some of the studios are restricting what some of these directors are allowed to do anymore because it's not falling within their box for what they expect.
I think so many of them are scared. I think you've got companies, release companies like A24, for example.
Yeah.
Who are very good. They seem to trust in the director's vision and are brave with what they put out. Everybody else is too worried about the business, too worried about the bottom line, too worried about all of that kind of thing. And I think, like we've said, or I've said before, when we were talking about films in the 70s and things, there's a reason we still talk about Jaws and we still love Jaws and things like that. And we love Taxi Driver and The Godfather and things like this. It was where directors were kind of, Spielberg was under pressure on Jaws, but you look at 10 years previous to that, films like that did not exist at all. And it was just pushing that envelope a little bit further. And I think now we kind of retread the same ground far too many times.
Yeah. I mean, I think some of them, I'm trying to have a point, but there's not really because I'm dragging it back to the 90s again. But even when you've got people like the Wachowskis with The Matrix, they had to do a movie first before they were allowed to do The Matrix. Before they were allowed to give that budget. And they knocked out Bound, the Gina Gershon and Jennifer Tilly movie. And that in itself was fantastic. They knocked that out to try and get the budget and prove they could direct. And the flair and the style and that. And it's almost like they had that small budget to try and do a film to make sure they were credible enough for The Matrix. But look what you got. With a little bit of trust, the Matrix was incredible.
Yeah.
Not saying what they've gone on to do now has lit the world on fire.
No. But like bringing it back to subject, bringing it back to topic, this is why we rebuy these things over and over again. Because something like The Matrix made a cultural difference, made a big cinematic difference. So we're going to keep going back. Jaws, we're going to keep going back. Taxi Driver, we're going to keep going back. So many films through the 80s, honestly, Back to the Future or Ferris Bueller or, like we said, Goonies or Gremlins, there's 1,000,001 films through the 70s and 80s that we're always going to retread and always going to rebuy.
Yeah.
I feel like we should probably go to comments because we babbled quite a bit, really, and there's been a lot of comments coming through.
I'm going to go backwards just because I saw one from Alex. The new Supergirl movie looks exactly like another Guardians of the Galaxy type movie. It's also tiresome. Sorry, I didn't say that.
Yeah, I said this to you after watching it. It was like, normally I'll watch a trailer and I'll rewatch it because I want to catch the little bits that I've missed if it's like quick cut and things like that. I've watched that trailer once and I have zero interest in watching it again.
Yeah.
It looks so generic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let me go a bit further back on the on the comments. So apologies if I miss anyone. I've just scrolled down and possibly gone too far.
He's scrolling. Look at him scroll. He's such a scroller.
think it's down to two factors. One, Hollywood takes very little chances. Some writers take material that they don't know and want to make them mock rather than make what people want. And I don't know if there's a two. There's a two. Two, we as an audience take less risks, and the things that are new are not watched at the cinema. I think the audience can take less risk as well, or seem to take less risk now as well. They just go in for what they're fed. And you see that with things like Wicked. I know it was a popular stage show and things like that, but there's not a lot about that film that says to me that it should have been the success it was if it wasn't for their mass marketing of it.
Yeah, but they're so used to the Netflix format of things where you start something, 10, 15 minutes in, nah, I'm not interested. You flick to something else.
Yeah.
Going to the cinema and actually committing for 2 hours plus to something, he's now off-putting to people, which is just madness.
It is. I mean,
my local cinema chain, which is obviously the one we go to. I don't know why I did that. We go to. It's my local cinema. It's not local to you, but we still go to it.
Yeah.
They don't. Like I went to see Wake Up Dead Man. I had to go into the city to actually watch it at a different cinema.
Yeah.
Because my local one won't take a risk on things like, it didn't show Frankenstein. It didn't show Wake Up Dead Man. It doesn't want to do these deals with Netflix. It wants mainstream, brainless bums on seats. And that's it. It doesn't want to take a risk with anything slightly indie, slightly different. If it does, it has like one evening showing that's really awkward for people to get to. And then after the first week, they go, well, nobody came to see it. Well, yeah, you're not giving people the option to see it, really. That's why nobody's coming to see it.
Yeah.
Give people more showings, be more flexible, and you'll get people in there.
Absolutely. Cranston Knight says, unfortunately, it's financially risky putting out anything too far off centre. But when it's done well, it's usually memorable.
Yeah.
I think they need to take those risks with some of the movies now. Yeah, definitely.
We do. I think it's getting stale.
Yeah, Alex, great. If I rebuy stuff, it's either to upgrade from a DVD to a Blu-ray, it's a better quality version with new extras, or it's more concise packaging, one case for a collection, etc. Yeah. Ben's Film Collections. Yes, Phil, definitely a difficult decision, but nostalgia usually prevails when buying the old stuff. To be honest, I'd sometimes rather upgrade something that I already have rather than getting the new movie. I really would. And just looking at what I've been collecting recently, it's all been about that. It's all been about upgrading the movies I know I enjoy. Adam says, I also seem to prefer film over digital in a lot of situations. Yeah, I prefer having the film. Slot Professor says, search the box office returns for this year, and it's shocking. For a movie to be a success, it needs to make 3 times the investment. This year has had some shocking returns, and they aren't the worst.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the amount they kind of have to throw at advertising and product placement tie-ins and all this kind of stuff is just ludicrous to start making money back.
Yeah. Jim Bob's is with us as well. Good evening, Jim Bob's.
Evening, Jim Bob's.
Mad Dog says streaming has a lot to do with the reduction in quality of recent movies. I think the streaming, they just want content, so sometimes they just accept the easiest options and get anything they can into production with whoever they like. It feels a lot that way, and especially with Netflix, with the amount of shows we were seeing cancelled with them at one point, it just felt like they were like throwing spaghetti at the wall and seeing what sticks. So loads of shows were just going no further than a few episodes because they don't know what they're doing.
Spaghetti at the wall.
And seeing what sticks, yeah.
Interesting.
So have you not heard that? It's how you can tell spaghetti. If it sticks to the wall, it's cooked. If not, then you need to boil it a bit longer. Yeah.
All right, Gordon Ramsay. Go for
it. Cranston Knight. I like watching older films where the stunt work was real rather than this health and safety nonsense. Make sure the actors don't lose 3 limbs. That's fair for some things, but
yeah, I mean, when you go back to like the old kind of Keystone Cops, Buster Keaton, Charlie Chaplin, that type of thing, Hong Kong movies for sure. Jackie Chan, the police story stuff and what have you. Thoroughly entertaining. Much better than seeing some CGI. Do you remember, actually, what just popped in my head about terrible CGI? Do you remember the end of RoboCop? When, what was his name? Dick. The main guy, played by the dude that was in Beverly Hills Cop, whose name is completely escaping me.
Yeah.
And he was falling from the building, and his arms were like 20 feet long as he was falling down. That was pretty awful. But yeah, I mean, modern, not all CGI is great. I kind of feel like with a lot of things, if you can't actually physically do it, don't try and do it in CGI.
Yeah, there's good enough stuff.
Dick Jones, thank you, Darren. That was his name, Dick Jones.
Adam, I will upgrade some items if an Arrow or Criterion comes out, but only after it's been reviewed and hopefully on sale. The only pre-order I've done in ages was Excalibur. Yeah. Sword Professor, for example, the Apple film The Gorge, I liked a lot, but I can't buy it.
Yeah, it was a decent film, that was.
Wasn't bad. Mine's movie cupboard. Probably seen around 20 movies at the cinema the last few years and only purchased one of them. I just prefer my older movies now. I don't think I've purchased any film I've seen in the cinema this year yet. There's a couple that I would or will, but I sort of made a deal with myself that I won't buy anything until I'm ready to watch it again. Well, new movie-wise. Yeah, that's just because I've been seeing the speed in which they're dropping price, and I've held off. I've held strong on a lot of those. Not for the older.
I have actually. I mean, I bought Superman, Weapons, and Nosferatu. They spring to mind as movies this year that I've purchased. But I don't think anything over and above that, to be honest.
No.
Anything else has been back catalogue.
Jim Bob's, I have 2 versions of The Wizard of Oz on DVD because each has a different documentary. I think that's a reason a lot of us keep the duplicates as well, the extras, when there's decent, solid behind-the-scenes stuff or making-of documentaries. It's a reason I keep things, and a reason I think a lot of people keep things.
Look at you having the 4K of Almost Famous, and you've still got the DVD one as well, because that had completely different extras, didn't it?
Yeah. Slot Professor, I have to be honest, when it comes to £15 for IMAX Cinema, if I buy a drink and sweets, I'm getting close to £25, never mind the petrol, etc. I can just buy a film for that price and own it or sell it on. I think that's a struggle that a lot of cinemas have got now with the speed in which things are coming out. It's on the topic of rebuying and collecting the same old movies as well, because we are doing a lot and they are movies that we love. Do you think there's a certain pride we want to see in our collection to have the great movies that you love on the shelf? I'm not talking the massive collections, but the movies that you really care about. Is there pride in having the best editions of those and repeat buying them and collecting those to show, to have, to own? Do you think pride comes into it at all when you're rebuying anything like that?
I think it does if you're quite heavy on social media. If it's just you, then what does it matter? But I think we personally want the best version of any film that we love. But that's not to kind of show off to people. I think in that respect, it's only people that kind of go, oh, and I bought this movie because it's a classic and I've got this movie, you know, you're only a film fan if you've got this, this, and this on your shelf, rather than kind of films that they actually love.
Yeah.
There is I don't think it's pride. It's a kind of a fulfilling kind of thing where you're kind of, where you've got the movies that you love in the best kind of possible way.
Yeah.
For me, it's kind of extras, visual, audio. It's not, as we've said, you know, the best hard box. This one's got 5 postcards. My other one didn't. Who cares? Shut up. You know, it's about the film itself.
Yeah.
I upgraded to Catch a Thief, bought the 4K of it, just picked it up in CEX, got it home, had a look, and realised there was about a quarter of the extras that were on the Blu-ray.
Oh, really?
So I sold the 4K. I got more money than I bought it for at CEX, so that's even better. But I would rather have, as we've talked about before, Blu-ray is a far good enough standard for 90% of movies, really, that we're going to watch. So why would I not have the Blu-ray that's got shed loads of extras on it rather than a 4K version that hasn't?
Did you try the 4K version? Was there
I
much
didn't even put it in. Didn't even put it in. And there's probably not going to be on something like that from the age it is. And it doesn't really need it. I remember the Blu-ray looking great. So it's just, there's something instilled in us, I think, where we just, certain films, we just, oh, there's a new version of it. Great, I will get the new version of it. Certainly when it's upgrading between formats, we do it.
Fair. I just saw a comment here. Sorry, I'm whipping through the comments so I can pick some people's out. Pietro Scarpa just said, I've received the new 4K release of Once Upon a Time in America from Amazon Italy. Looks really good, an outstanding transfer, and I really wanted to have it in my collection. I think
that's quite a big fancy schmancy box thing and what have you, isn't it? With lots of, it's not just like postcards, there's much more to it than that.
I didn't, to be honest, it escaped me that there's a 4K release of it, to be fair.
Well, so I don't think it's here, but I agree it's Amazon Italy, I think.
Yeah, that's probably why I've not noticed it yet, but sure there'll be another version out soon. Just go to a couple of other comments. There we go. Real Sketchman. I'm kind of the opposite with them. I prefer to buy things I don't own, even though I've seen it in the theatre or rental, than buying something I've bought numerous times. So sometimes I'd rather put my money into buying something again just to have a better version of it. Because for me, having those movies, making sure that I've got those favourites, it's almost like a comfort viewing kind of thing. I know they're old and reliable. Like I said the other night, the wife was out so I could watch what I wanted. And I can't tell you how hard it was not to go back and grab one of my favourite movies off here that I haven't seen in a while, because I've been wanting to watch Heat again for quite some time. I mean, it held me off because I've got the 4K on its way. But I was so tempted to just go and grab something like that. It's like, I've got the night off alone. I want to make sure I enjoy it. I don't want to be left with a film that I'm just meh on. And having those movies in the best edition that I can, I'd have sat and, if I'd have had time before she got back, I'd have watched through the extras as well of something if I'd have already seen it. It's, yeah, I do like the extras. And the ones I showed in the thumbnail, there are movies that I would rebuy. Dogma, I want to rebuy that one. I've pre-ordered it. Jackie Brown, I've replaced. Boogie Nights, I want that new 4K. History of Violence and No Country for Old Men. They both got Criterion releases, so I want to check out those extra bits on there. And sometimes I think I'd rather watch them again than some of the new stuff.
I would rather, to go against what was just said, I would rather rebuy things that I love rather than just have filler on my shelf or you know, we don't blind buy anymore. I can't see me ever blind buying again. I do think going to the cinema a hell of a lot more. You know, we used to go to the cinema a lot, didn't we? It was, you know, every single week we went type of thing. And then life gets in the way, things happen and what have you. But we're better again now. We go most weeks, I would say. And that does cut out the need for a lot of blind buying. There's so many movies we've seen at the cinema this year that if we hadn't have had chance to see it at the cinema, would have just shoved in a pre-order previously.
Yeah.
And as we've talked about in the past, gone, yeah, I didn't really like it. Put it on the shelf. Yeah. No, didn't really like it. Sell it. You're not going to watch it again.
Exactly. Matt Douglas says, what about Death Proof, Phil? What about Death Proof?
Is it? I mean, it's on your T-shirt, isn't it?
It's on my T-shirt, yeah. I like it. I like Death Proof.
It's grown on me more and more. It's still not high up on my list of Tarantino's, if I'm honest. But yeah.
It's one I'd have watched again last night. It's and sometimes with rebuying and collecting the same old movies, I do worry sometimes that we're drawn into the new clothing, the new steelbook or the new box set and things like that. And I do get sucked into it because sometimes I want a big box version of the movie that I care for. Do I feel ripped off about it sometimes? Yeah, I do. But I want that movie to stick out because I think it's a blinding film. So sometimes I do get drawn into new clothing because I want to have that thing on my shelf. I want to rebuy it and have the best possible version, even though it's a complete rip-off, even though I'm buying nonsense I won't use. If it's a favourite movie, I sort of get drawn that way. And you know I do, because I've done it with Boogie Nights. It's on the...
Boogie Nights is a great example of a bad example kind of thing, where it was literally the same disc, Emperor's New Clothes type of thing. And then you've obviously recently done it with Jackie Brown as well. Yeah.
And I don't think it's silly. It's something that goes against what I talk about sometimes with the collecting, and I still do it. I try to be more mindful with it now and make sure it is for the right sort of movies. But I do think we do rebuy the things for the new clothing, especially when they're our favourite movies. I mean, you've not pushed too far with it, I don't think, like you could have done, because like The Shining, you've not been drawn into that film vault edition or anything like that. But some people do. Some
maybe
people
they're biscuit tins, but yeah, I wouldn't have done anyway.
No. But yeah, that's something that appeals to me when it's the right movie. I bought was it called the first edition or the Cine edition of Almost Famous from HMV. That was the box set that I wanted. It gave a little bit extra. There's something extra about it than the normal 4K release as well. So I went for that, and I'm happy that I did. I'm glad that I've got that ultimate version of one of my favourite movies ever.
Yeah, I mean, you say ultimate version, but then you had to rebuy the DVD for an extra that wasn't on the 4K. So it wasn't that ultimate, was it?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Going back to...
sorry to point that out.
Yeah, just going. Sorry, I'm half reading comments as well. I'll just go back to Mad Dog. I was linking Death Proof to those in the thumbnail for this stream that you mentioned. For the repeat buying, I'd repeat buy that again.
Oh yeah, I know I will. You know, having said that, I've not upgraded Jackie Brown or the Kill Bill movies yet, because I know the Kill Bill movies, the UK wise, didn't have the greatest reviews anyway. They weren't. No. There wasn't anything fancy about the releases, so it didn't seem worthwhile picking up. And now we've obviously got the whole bloody affair that's definitely going to get a 4K release. So I'm glad I held off anyway, because I've just ended up rebuying yet again.
Would you be looking at, dependent on cost, would you be looking at a bigger box version of the whole bloody affair if it came about, or would you be happy with just a standard Amaray version of it?
I'd have to see what it is. You know, if it's kind of stupid amount of money more, let's say it's £25 more or something, and all you're getting is a poster and a couple of postcards, forget it. You've got 25 pence worth of paper in there. You've not got £25 worth in there. So no, it's not worth it at all. And I think keeping my sensible head on would just get me to get the standard version.
That's fair.
Because ultimately you're going to watch the film, aren't you?
Yeah.
Doesn't really matter.
It doesn't really matter now, but I'd still get drawn in.
That's so weak.
I love Kill Bill. It's great.
I love Kill Bill, but I love the film. I don't care about 5 postcards that come with it.
You don't love it enough.
I love my bank balance more
right. Okay.
than I love 5 postcards. Let's put it that way.
Alex Great says, where did you get the Planet Terror and Death Proof t-shirts, Phil? These were from Gutter Garbs, US site, and they shipped to the UK. And yeah, I thought they were pretty good. They've just been on the sale as well, I think. On there, they've still got them on there. They do some pretty cool t-shirts. There's been a few I've been tempted by. They did a hybrid. It was the Monster Squad style, but it was done for the Lost Boys. So it's the Lost Boys with the Frog Brothers and Corey Haim at the front. instead of the Monster Squad, but it was done all in that style, and it was really cool. And I wish I'd have picked that up, but I missed it. It was a timed release, only for a certain amount of time. It'll come around again, no doubt. Darren G says, would anyone buy Kill Bill the whole bloody fair if it comes to 4K? Yes.
Yes. We will.
More than said, Phil will buy Kill Bill again. Absolutely will.
Yeah, I will.
Yes. Jeremy did say, from what I'm told, Jackie Brown 4K is where the money went. It didn't go towards Kill Bill 4K. I bet they were saving some of that money for the whole bloody affair.
Yeah, I think they knew that was on the horizon. It's not like Tarantino one day went, you know what, I'm going to release it after all. Because there's whole... Does anybody know whether the whole animated thing in the center of it is that hideous Fortnite thing?
No.
It's something completely different. Okay.
Yeah, it's still the anime style.
Because I liked elements of that Fortnite video. I hated all of the Fortnite characters, you know, the banana and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But it was nice to have a little bit of Kill Bill back in our lives, wasn't it?
Absolutely. Mad Dog says, I still have a list of old movies that I'd like on physical that haven't come out here or are too expensive as they are rare or out of print. I think it's more difficult for you than Mad Dog because you're based in Australia. So I think there's limitations on what gets released there now, and you have to rely a lot on importing. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's going to stick the cost of some of the older releases up way too far, I think.
On the flip side of that, Australia has Imprint and Umbrella, which release some amazing sets of great films.
Yeah.
But obviously not that wide a net.
Dr. Fear, 5, Phil and Glenn. I only buy the same film if it's a different version, like an uncut or a theatrical cut. That's fair. It's a good way to be. I'd get soaked more towards a big extra documentary, extra feature.
Was a theatrical cut not what you would get anyway?
No,
do you mean director's cut rather than theatrical cut?
Cut. We'll just go for a different cut. Adam, in regards to Kill Bill, depends on if I like how it's been edited together as one feature, whole bloody affair. Absolutely. The sad thing is with that as well, if it's edited together for one feature, if I'm sitting to watch it, I'm not getting long enough. I'm splitting that movie in two and watching it over 2 sittings anyway. So I'll just get the extra fuss.
I mean, I'm wondering whether I'm assuming they'll put the whole 2 volumes on the same disc, or will they just use the intermission as the swapping of the disc or something? I mean, I suppose if they just kind of, if they're putting both volumes on the same disc, then you'll probably get a separate Blu-ray with the extras on, maybe.
Potentially.
Assuming they do extras. Let's wait and see on that one. That might be a game changer as well.
Yes, we've got
0 extras. Who cares?
A few of us just joined the chat. I don't know if his keyboard's gone crazy, but we've got my vinyl.
Okay, oh, look. Oh, K9.
Yeah, we've got Shandy's joined us as well. Good evening, Shandy. We've got a Slipknot fan in the house as well now. Good evening,
Slipknot. How you doing?
Big J says, do you think the whole bloody affair will be 4K only, or will it get a Blu-ray release?
I think they've already, Lionsgate have already announced it's going to be a 4K, haven't they? I believe.
I've not yet, but I've not heard anything about the Blu-ray if it is individual. Is that what you just said?
No, there's definitely 4K, but
yeah. Slipknot fans asking, have you guys seen The Gate from 1987?
Many moons ago, yeah.
Yeah, I'm the same. It's been years since I've seen it.
Got a Vestron release, didn't it? With
yeah, I've got
it. Movie, isn't it?
It's still sat down here, ready for another view, because it's been that long since I've seen it, and I remember literally nothing about it apart from the creature design, really.
The little creatures, yes.
Yeah. Alex Great. Troy is one of the few films where I preferred the theatrical cut to the director's cut. Had to make my own edit to combine the best of both. Nice. Nice. With regards to the length of the films and the new movies now, Jeremy says people have commitment issues generally, except us. We're committed to this stream.
You are committed, Jeremy, or you should be committed. One or the other.
Darren G asked a while ago, I've heard that they dumb down films now so people can watch them while still looking at their phones.
Really? Oh, God.
I've heard this. I've heard that they have edited and changed things because of people looking at the phones, adjusted plot points and things like that. But yeah, I've seen it happen before. When I worked on a feature, I've had to go and do dialogue replacement to fully explain who I'm talking to because they were worried that the audience wouldn't understand who I was talking to. And it's that kind of thing that it is worrying. And I think they have to not necessarily dumb it down, but over-explain now. And they can't just leave it alone. They can't let that foreshadowing be gentle enough. They have to sort of force the issue and mention it several times just in case someone's looking at the phone and things like that. And I think it is something that we do see more and more. Perhaps it's
is
not
that
always
because they're worried people are looking at their phones, or they're worried people are thick?
potentially both. I think.
Yeah, I think so.
But there's that thing, isn't there, about having to adjust certain. If you're doing a presentation for something at work, you have to write it all out and then try and adjust it as though you're trying to talk to a 12-year-old to try and keep that attention and keep the understanding there. And that's one of the things I was told in the office. You have to bring the level down to make sure you're explaining it properly. And if you're having to do that in an office environment, then
it's just not. People should come up to your speed, not the other way around. You shouldn't have to dumb things down. People should just be smarter.
I agree. But I've found that in movies a lot, that the audience just isn't trusted. They're not trusted to watch and follow a story through at all. And things are rubbed in your face. And I think I'm trying to think of an example, because I'm sure there was something more recently that was seen, and I'm sure I mentioned it to you, that I was glad that things didn't get shoved in our face and were just left for us to remember, or for us to put piece together. I forgot what it was completely, so that was a pointless little ramble there.
Well, it clearly worked on their part because it stayed with you, so that's good.
Yes. Anyway, if I have that I already have on Blu-ray, then generally I try to get it secondhand, like a year after release, at least 40% off, unless it's like top 20 movie for me. Never buy brand new anymore. It's a good way to do it, to be honest. If you've, especially like we've been watching things at the cinema, we don't need them straight away on physical media anymore. There's that much of the stuff that's taking priority viewing and things like that. You're never going to get straight back into it straight away. There are possibly people out there that can, but I think generally you can wait it out and get that cheaper price. I mean, even if you're buying new, literally 2 months after release, they drop into offers. They're a fraction of the price that they were on release. So, yeah, I think it's best to wait.
Well, look now. I mean, I mentioned two films earlier, like Weapons and Superman. They're both in a 2 for $40 on HMV now.
Yeah.
So if you pick both of them up, you save £10 straight away, and that they've not been out that long, really.
Yeah.
Soon drops.
I think so. Alex Gray says one of the main reasons I haven't watched Lord of the Rings lately is just trying to find the time to watch, because they're so long.
They are.
Same. I'm hoping to watch it over Christmas, but we'll see.
And they're not films I'd want to kind of dib in and out of.
No.
You know, watch like 45 minutes and leave it a couple of days and then catch the rest. If I was going to watch it, I'd want to sit down, camp out, and hit the whole thing.
Yes. Shandy says, who has asked for media this Christmas? Have you asked for media this Christmas? I
haven't asked for media this Christmas at all. No. I've not asked for anything this Christmas, actually.
I think there is physical media on my on my Amazon wish list, and that list gets passed on to a couple of people. But I dare say that they'll potentially avoid the physical media for me because they don't know what I've picked up already, or what I've potentially already got, or anything like that. They don't trust the list. I don't think. It's not that. I think I would be fairly savvy as to what you have and what you've purchased through the year and things like that. It's just, you know, something like that. I want to buy you something different that you wouldn't buy yourself. That you can buy physical media every day of the week. It doesn't matter. So I'd rather get you something completely different. Yeah. Sorry,
I've told Santa.
Thank you.
Was what I meant.
Um,
Sorry, boys and girls.
I think for me as well, the thing with rebuying movies, sometimes I worry that I'm rebuying movies to show off. I've got the Ultimate Edition. Look at me. I'm the biggest fan of this thing. And it's not. It's, mind you, I suppose it is that a little bit. In a way,
saying it out loud, it really kind of came to you, didn't it? In a
yeah, it really did.
Yeah.
And yeah, I like having it to show off. That's what I get them for. It's, even though my collection doesn't particularly get shown to people, I never kind of make a point. It's in the background of my videos. It's sometimes I show it on here, but yeah, I suppose it is partially to show off that you've got the newer edition of something. I mean, when it comes to like the Kill Bill box set, I didn't particularly need it, but I was happy to show you guys that I got it. I'm happy that it sits proudly, a fat box set on my shelf.
You mean Jackie Brown?
Huh?
You mean Jackie Brown?
Yeah. What did I say?
Kill Bill.
Oh, did I? Yeah, Jackie Brown. Yeah. But yeah, I'm glad it's there. I try not to gloat on it too much, but then when you think about it, yeah, I suppose it is showing off in some way. Not necessarily showing to the audience, but showing off to whoever may come and look through the collection that I've got this big box for Jackie Brown.
I mean, I didn't send it yet, but I did have a quick nosy, and there's a few people on Etsy that do these lovely big boxes that you can just slide your standard disc into for like £12. So,
yeah. Have you thought about anything like that to show off the collection any?
No, because I'm not showing it off to anyone. That's the thing.
Yeah.
You know, I think, not a criticism, I think you do buy for the channel ever so slightly, but it's kind of, you know, there's a set dressing element to it. You're aware of that, and that's kind of what you have to do. I don't have to do that. You know, nobody comes in this room other than me. It's, you know, oh, hang on, there we go. Only I see these shelves. It doesn't matter in that respect.
Yeah, I get what you mean. I think for me, sometimes it just comes back to, in a way, no, I'm trying to think if it's the right word, the pride thing, when I do come and look at my collection and like, yeah, I'm really happy that I've got these big fat boxes of the films from my favorite director. I've got the bigger box from Reservoir Dogs, Pulp Fiction, Jackie Brown, Inglourious Bastards, True Romance, and I'm glad I've got the nice big boxes on there for me, but they are also nice to show off with, I suppose, which I don't want to do. I don't want to particularly show off as such. I know I probably do it by just the nature of showing something. It's almost like showing off, but I don't want to put that mindset into my audience that they have to have the best version. I don't want to do that, because you don't need the best version of everything. You really don't. Really don't.
No, but you don't do it with everything.
No.
There are YouTubers that are just kind of like, I bought the biggest, most expensive box of this film that I don't even care about. Yeah. You don't do that. You buy good editions of things that you love.
I think before I
watched as well.
Before I started the channel, and potentially partway through the channel, I was absolutely like that, for having the best box version of as many releases as I could. I think in doing the videos about collecting habits and things like that, it made me wake up to the fact that I was just being silly with some of the purchases. A little bit. Anyway, sorry, comments. Where are we? Crans Knight, if you're opening your box for everyone on the internet, you've got to make sure it's the best it can be. I don't know. I've got to figure this out. I've got to figure out what I'm showing. If I'm going to do an unboxing, or if I'm going to show a release, I think there needs to be a new way to go about it, and to cover aspects of each release, not just the biggest and the best. Show the options that are there. Not promising I'd do a video like that, but I think these guys have got to show that. They've got to show the variety out there, not just the biggest, best thing. They've got to be... I'm trying to think of the word. Sorry, I've lost my vocabulary completely. They've got to be balanced.
I know what you mean. They've got to be more, across the board kind of.
Yeah.
how we've kind of talked about like second sight releases type of thing. Yeah, you can have the fancy one, or you can just have the standard release, or you can have the Blu-ray and a bit more balanced, I suppose. That's still not the word, but I know what you mean.
Yeah, I think it needs to be that sort of approach, and I don't think any of them wants to buy the multiples or wait for the options to come out there. But I think to have that integrity with doing that sort of coverage of movies, I think you've got to show all the options. I think you've got to be balanced in that argument and have the variety in there. And I mean, I love Brian at Last Movie Standing for what he does generally when he's comparing the DVD to the Blu-ray to the 4K. I like that sort of aspect of it. And I'd like to see it with the releases. I'd like to say, this is a standard release. This is the super duper release. This is what you're getting. And this is where your money is going. I want to know more about that. I want it to be more about the movie and things for people. So if I did that sort of coverage, then it'd be a lot more work. I wouldn't get a video out for release because it would take a lot more work. But I just like it to be a level playing field without saying you have to have this version, which a lot of them do. But anyway,
shout out to Brian as well. Absolute pervert, but love you, Bri. Love you, Bri. I love Brian's Instagram posts because it's just your kind of, look what I've got through. Why have you bought that, Brian? Well, it's got a woman on the front with her boobs out. Of course, you have, Brian. That's it.
Alex Great says, I'm worried about the future of Warner Brothers releases with the upcoming sale, dependent on who buys them, to be fair. Don't worry about it yet, Alex.
Don't worry about it.
It's
people are like panic buying Warner Brothers titles.
That's what I can say. There's been a lot of videos across YouTube about the Warner Brothers sale and things like that, and it's just creating an absolute frenzy. And I'm already seeing people try and stock up on the Warner Archives discs and things like that, and it's just panic buying. And please don't get drawn into that until we know how. Even
if the Netflix sale goes through, it's not going to be the end of Warner Brothers physical media in any way. It's just not. They'll have it as a different branch.
No.
They are going to look for every financial avenue. So don't panic buy. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. And ready. It's a shame that movie collectors have been conditioned to buy multiple releases of the same movie. And yeah, a lot of them have. And it's an unfortunate thing. A lot of them will justify it for extras, justify it for different artwork or whatever else. But there is that condition that a lot of people suffer from when they are buying multiple for whatever little reason. And the influencers out there, that they push it in a way to have various releases for no good reason. Don't know what you think to the condition to buy multiple releases, Glenn. Any comments on that?
Are we conditioned? I don't know if we're conditioned, but I think just instinctively that's kind of what we want to do anyway.
I think it is a thing that I have seen some collectors do. Is I don't think it's conditioning, but I've seen them pushing. I've seen people make YouTube videos on it, and I've seen companies promoting this sort of behavior. When you've got one movie, say The Flash or Barbie, and they've got 3 different steelbook editions, and each of these 3 steelbook editions are lenticular cases, and if you buy all 3 together, you get them in a special big box. So they're not even buying different editions of the movie. It's literally the same disc 3 times, 3 different cases that go into another case. And I dislike that sort of buying. And there are people that have been pushing for those sort of releases and showing them as being the great thing to collect and have on the shelf. And I don't like seeing that sort of thing either.
You see, that side of thing didn't occur to me. I was thinking more format-wise and upgrading to from DVD to Blu to 4K. I think we're instinctively going to do that. You know, we've talked about in the past, though, kind of now we're talking about 8K TVs and stuff like that. Our vision can't cater for 8K quality image.
No.
So there's kind of 0 point. 4K is kind of where we're maxed out as, and I still firmly believe that for 90% of the movies, Blu-ray is kind of an industry standard.
Yeah,
things will peak above that, especially things that are shot digitally. You know, we talk about something like Avatar, the new Avatar movie. It's going to look great in 4K. We know it is, but it's filmed in 4K. It's intended for 4K.
Yeah.
But most films aren't. So blue will be enough.
Most films will be now. They need to be filmed higher than 4K as well, so that they can crop the image down as well. They're filming up to 8 and 16K at times, and it's not necessarily, it's not for the image as such. It's just so they can crop, move, and shift that focus. We've got Rafa here as well with us. Hello, people from Brazil. There we go. Anyway, I'm gonna move us on to pickups and purchases of the week. The week. Anything up there?
Yeah. Well, like I said to you, I've got something physical, and it's film related, but it's not necessarily physical media. Shall I?
Get it out.
I got my new tattoo. Now, this is probably not going to pick up very well on my camera.
There we go. There we go.
Is the other be a little sharper? Why can't I get my angle right? Oh my god. So anyway, that's not very sharp, but that's my Mars Attacks tattoo that I've been wanting for a wee while. The lovely Holly at Young Cardinal Tattoo did that for me, and she's an amazing artist, and yeah, I'm very, very happy with it.
So that's your only pickup this week.
Sorry?
So that's your only pickup.
That's my only physical kind of pickup is my Mars Attacks tattoo, which
You're lying.
lying. I'm not lying.
Well,
you have other things. Can I just tell a story very quickly about my tattoo?
Okay.
I want to big up Young Cardinal Tattoo. Anyway, I want to big up Holly, and Charlotte normally does all of my tattoos, but she doesn't do little portrait chat, and my little woman needed little portraiture. So Holly took that on. So I've been going there years. I'm very, very comfortable there. It's kind of a social event as much as it is having a tattoo and things. So we'll lay there, and Holly's here, and Charlotte's there, and Molly, who works there, is over there. And we're chatting away, and we had a laugh about something. And I was so relaxed, I let out a massive fart. And everyone went quiet to start with. And then Charlotte went, "Did you just?" And I said, "Yeah, I just farted." And we all had a good laugh. And everybody just got on with their day now. But, I mean, they were polite at the time. They might not be polite now. Who knows? Now I'm not there. But technically, they should see it as a compliment, because I don't fart just anywhere. You know, I've got to be comfortable and happy in that place. And I was amongst friends. I was in a happy surrounding. So I let one rip. Yeah. But, yeah. So that is technically my only pickup of the week. My only physical pickup of the week is that. Yeah.
Technically, it's not.
Well, yes.
Do you want to start you off?
Well, I don't have them here, do I?
But I have them here. I'm ready for you. I have your pickups.
What parts of my collection do you have there? Ooh, No Country for Old Men on Criterion. Very nice.
Yeah, you picked up No Country for Old Men on Criterion. And
did I also pick up The Player on Criterion? Oh, I think I did. Look, Baseball. Very happy with both of them. Love both movies and can't wait to have them in my collection.
No, they will be in your collection tomorrow.
Lovely jubbly. Thank you very much.
Yeah, they came in from the Criterion sale in the US. Used Speckery to get the Barnes & Noble order to the address that they provided, and then they shipped them across to the UK. But it took a little bit of time because I think we're getting into December, and it's just taking just that little bit longer. I did actually worry that an order had gone missing, but it was just the extra time that things were taking because of the Christmas period.
Can I just answer Mad Dog that it was nothing more than a fart? I had nothing to empty out of my underwear when I got home. It was just a fart. Thank you.
Shake it out.
Shake it out. Just drop it down the leg. You know, like the Great Escape when they'd been digging a tunnel and they were slowly emptying the soil down their pant leg type of thing. It was similar to that as I was heading back to the car park. Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful story. Yeah.
What
did you pick up, Philip?
I did actually pick up something this week. I wasn't going to show it because I was kind of. I'm not angry that I picked it up. I just thought
this is a good start.
That Glenn's going to give me absolute crap for.
No, I'd never do that. You know me, I'm really casual and have no opinion on anything.
It was kind of a silly purchase, and I suppose it kind of ties into the topic about rebuying and collecting the same old movies or buying the bigger editions of movies. So it's a movie that I already had, and it's a bigger edition of a movie I already had. And I pushed a little further on this because it seems to be that the UK edition of this movie on 4K is out of print, and I was considering if it was going to have an anniversary edition come up, and I looked it up, and I think this was some kind of anniversary edition. And I thought, well, it's a Universal Studios release. It's going to have another anniversary edition.
This is getting a big build-up.
It is getting a bit build-up. But, and as well, another thing that you're going to love, it's a biscuit tin.
If I wouldn't have affected my microphone and my screen at that point, I would have spat the water out.
No. Who wants to see it? Who wants to see it? First, before I reveal it, I'm going to see what everyone else has been picking up.
Okay.
And I'm going to let you dwell on that as well.
Well, who's just said that? Was that Cranstonite? Are you disappointed you picked it up, though?
I'm not, no.
Oh, okay.
I'm glad I've picked it up, but
okay.
I know it's going to open myself up for some mild teasing and things for weeks to come. Morton's Reviews got Free Guy.
Here we go.
My Bloody Valentine 3D. Ocean's 13. 22 Bullets. Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. Machete. No Fear. One Way. No Fear, One Way. I'm not sure what.
There's no comment, no comma there. Like there isn't a second message. Is that all you've picked up, Morton? That's embarrassing. Honestly, you shamed yourself.
Woody, pickups from me. Ballerina, which was okay. The Penguin, good show.
Yep.
EO, good.
No idea.
Order, I'm not sure about EO. Ballerina, I struggled with Ballerina myself. I got really quite bored through it.
I thought it was really quite pants. We were sat with director Dominic Byrne, weren't we, throughout it? Yeah. Who I feel like he enjoyed it more than we did. But yeah, I mean, there was two scenes in Ballerina that I quite liked. The fight where they were just using grenades, because that was quite entertaining.
Yeah.
And the only visual part that I really liked was the flamethrower battle. Yeah. That looked nice, but other than that, that film did not need making whatsoever.
I kind of lost interest by the time I got to the flamethrowers. I was tapped out. Big J this week. Fast 9 3D, Fast X 3D, Puss in Boots Last Wish 3D, Minions Rise of Gru 3D, Despicable Me 4 3D, and Kung Fu Panda 4 3D.
Did you not bother picking up any 3D movies this week? What's wrong with you?
Do you use? I'm assuming, Big J, that you use 3D a lot. But
I would hope so.
I enjoyed 3D. I still do enjoy 3D, but I just never particularly think to use it at home. I don't know why. But anyway, Morning's Movie Reviews also got Hellraiser 2022 4K.
So, Morton, have you received that already then? Because is that the Turbine Media release? Because I know it was kind of, there wasn't like a pre-order. Oh, there was. No, I'm telling a lie. It was on Blu-ray.com. You couldn't, but that's because it wasn't through Amazon. Ignore me. It's one that I'd quite like to pick up myself, to be honest. One of the media books.
Right.
Unfortunately, the biscuit tin has the best artwork, but obviously, I ain't buying no biscuit tin.
Yeah. Mad Dog picked up recently in the sale Fight or Flight, F1, Mickey 17, Ballerina, The Monkey, Nobody 2, The Getaway, the 90s one, and Bloodlines.
Final Destination Bloodlines. Okay. So let's find a movie in amongst there that I enjoyed. Nope, I can't.
I want to see Fight or Flight. I kind of want to see that. I've not seen it because it got held up, or it is held up by Sky Movies at the minute. I think they've got the rights, so it's paywall.
Oh, right, okay.
And the problem with Sky Movies for me is you have to sign up for 6 months, and to watch one movie, I'm not going to do it. Mine's Movie Cupboard picked up a new 4K player this week, the Panasonic UB820, an upgrade from the 450, but it's a Christmas present, so I can't play with it just yet. Boo.
Because it's gone off to Santa.
Yes. Adam picked up 8 more DCAU titles for the collection. DCAU. Come on, Glenn.
Detective Comics Animated Universe.
The animated ones, yes.
Yes.
Getcha now. Matthew Alder. Alder. I bought Poseidon, Prometheus 3D, Sanctum 3D, and Apollo 18.
Yeah.
I liked Poseidon.
I quite liked Poseidon. I didn't mind Poseidon as a remake. It was entertaining enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you pick up the Arrow release then, Matthew?
I don't know. I'm sure I'll come into
it. I'm asking Matthew. I'm not asking you.
Alex Grace says, I haven't made a Final Destination box set yet. They did in the UK that went 1 to 4, but then I think 5 sat separately, and then it just went out of print.
Was 5 the Final Destination?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
So yeah, it was 1 to 4, and then.
So do you want to see what I picked up?
You said it was a universal release. You've had to import it.
Overhyped it now, and I don't want to show it anymore.
I mean, could you have overhyped it?
Yeah.
Really? Okay.
I picked up Peter Jackson's King Kong. Big box. Yeah. I did it. Still booking there. But
it's a good film, and it'll be loaded with extras, I'm sure.
Yeah. Limited, and it's got a sticker on the bottom to say it's limited, Glenn.
Oh, wow. Brilliant. That makes all the...
I did look. With it being out of print in the UK, and it was like, for the standard edition, it was 20 quid pre-owned. And I looked at the German import editions, priced that up as well. But the German import edition, it seemed to be lacking a disc which had all the extra features on it. And it being a Peter Jackson movie, I want the extra features. I want to watch the production diaries and things like that. So,
which is okay as long as you do watch them.
Huh?
Which is okay as long as you do watch them.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And it's got a lot of nonsense in there, but I thought, I saw this on eBay. I thought, I tell you what, it's a movie that I really do enjoy. It's a movie I wanted to upgrade to 4K. Buying a pre-owned copy for 20 quid, with shipping, like 23 quid from CX. I was like, oh, and then I just decided I want to go for a big fat box to put on the shelf and look at.
So how much did that set you back?
That was £40.
Right. So you could have bought the King Kong 4K Ultra HD edition, which includes 2 Blu-rays, collector's edition, 5 postcards, blah, 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 from CEX as well for 42.
Yeah.
Or you could have just had the standard one.
That's this edition, I think, on CEX. I think the standard one on CEX is 20 quid plus postage. But I think
and the other one's 42.
Yeah, I think that's the edition with the postcards and poster and steelbook. I think it's the same thing. CX listings.
I thought you meant it wasn't available here.
No, it's out of print, I think, which is why the prices are quite high. It was cheaper in the US to import it, but I just decided to get this edition because I was getting mixed listings in terms of the extra disc, and it's the extra disc with the extra content that I really wanted to go for.
Okay, then. You bought a biscuit, Tim.
I know. It'll go with my Frighteners biscuit tin.
Yep.
Darren,
soon get upgraded.
I like King Kong too.
I like King Kong. I find it far too sad.
Yeah.
For a rewatch, if I'm brutally honest.
Woody says that was a goodbye, Phil. Goodbye to good money.
Come on.
Is that the one with Jack Black, King Kong? It was indeed.
Yeah.
Alex Grace is still waiting on the Peter Jackson Braindead release. Everyone is, I think.
Everybody is, yeah.
Because I wouldn't mind Bad Taste as well. And Matthew Alder says I bought King Kong a month ago.
Mm-hmm.
I've got the DVD Blu-ray in there actually. Perhaps should have just watched that. Morton's review says, don't wait for the media book of Hellraiser 4K. There's only 666 copies of each one.
Oh dear.
Rush to it, Glenn. Fear of missing out. Do it.
Yeah. Give in to the FOMO.
We've been watching, Glenn.
I've watched 3 movies and a lot of TV bits as well. I started my movie week with Roofman with Channing Tatum.
Yeah.
Which it was an okay watch. It's a well-made film. I said to you, without being a spoiler, it's not one I'd go back to. I've been there, I've watched it, I've ticked that box type of thing. It's not a rewatch. It's not something you need on your shelf. I think the most standout thing from it is Channing Tatum, to be honest. For many, many years, I just kind of felt like, well, he's the meathead dude out of, what was it called, Magic Mike and what have you.
Yeah.
But I think he was actually very good. Last year, there was a horror movie called Blink Twice.
Yeah.
Where, for lack of a better description, he was kind of a Jeffrey Epstein kind of multimillionaire, had a private island, invited people to that island, and strange things happened kind of thing. He was very good in that. I have to say, in this, he's a proper actor in this. He does really well in there. It's all right. It's not the trouble is as well, because of who he is character-wise, you're supposed to kind of root for him a little bit, but you kind of can't because he's a bad guy.
Yeah.
And like the emotional turmoil he puts other people through, you can't root for him all that much. So you kind of know where it's going to go. He's very good in it. It's worth a watch. Is it worth owning? I would say not, to be honest. I then had 2 rewatches this week with films that I really wanted Lynn to see. First one was Christie with Sydney Sweeney.
Yeah.
Lynn thoroughly enjoyed it as well. I think I'm saying correctly, Lynn, if you are watching, which I think you are, but you're also drawing at the same time. Solid film. Stands up after a second watch as well. I think actually the second time I appreciated how beautifully shot it is as well.
Yeah.
It is in stages, kind of biopic by numbers a little bit, but as a story, it's really good. Performances are really good. Sydney Sweeney's very good. Ben Foster's extremely good in it.
He's always good.
Yeah, he is. But he's not somebody that springs to mind when people talk about good actors and things, but
no.
It's a solid performance. And then last night we rewatched Knives Out 3, Wake Up Dead Man.
Oh, nice.
Which I thoroughly enjoyed again on the second viewing. And Lynn enjoyed on her first viewing. And unfortunately, at the minute, if it's anything like Glass Onion, will not see the light of day thanks to good old Netflix. Wouldn't Own Roofman. Good film, not worth a rewatch. Christie, I will probably pick up, and I would pick up Wake Up Dead Man if I got the opportunity to. What about you, Philippa?
I had the evening to myself, so I started. I didn't finish.
I was very happy to hear this, though, that you'd started it.
Yeah, this was the night that I was thinking, I don't know whether to watch an old film that I know I enjoy, but I started Babylon.
Yay.
And I'm quite enjoying it, to be fair. It's not what I expected. It's funnier than I expected, but...
It is funny, yeah.
Well directed. Everyone's on the game, and it looks great throughout, as normal.
Fantastic performances. Lynn was never a massive fan of Margot Robbie, and that changed after watching Babylon, because she throws herself into that role big time. But Brad Pitt's very funny, very charismatic in it, and it's just... It's an epic... Damien Chazelle put so much into that film. It's a real shame that it's not had the impact that it deserves. But I think the more people that watch it, the more it'll get talked about and the more it'll get appreciated over time.
I think it's good. I think it's good. But like I say, I've got like 3/4 of an hour left.
Right, okay.
It was just unfortunate that I just didn't have the energy to stop up any later. I needed to get my head down with some sleep. And last night just proved that, because it was about 9 p.m. and I had to go to bed. I just couldn't watch a movie. I just had to go to bed. But earlier in the week, we did sit and watch another movie, and I sat and watched Holdovers, the Paul Giamatti movie.
Yeah,
I quite enjoyed that. It was decent. It's not one that I'm chasing on watching again, but I'm glad I've seen it. I quite enjoyed it, and it was a pretty well made movie. And I've not got much else to say about it, really. But
okay, then it's a one and done. You've ticked that box.
Yeah, I can't see me, because it is a Christmas time movie. I can't see me chasing it down and watching it another Christmas. It was a one and done for me. Not for everyone. I think there are people out there that do love this movie and will watch it year in, year out. But for me, I've seen it. I don't need to see it again.
That's fair dues.
But yeah, that was all I saw this week. So hoping to get more in next week. But I also realised that I need a lot of sleep. I'm very tired. And I just can't keep my eyes open. I was falling asleep last night watching Percy Jackson and the Olympians season 2 on Disney. I watched that with my eldest, the second part last night, and it's an okay adaptation. They've changed quite a bit from the books, but it's fun watching it with him, because obviously I read the books with him, and it's nice to have that discussion after. It's like, oh, they've changed this bit where Tyson does blah, blah, blah. And it's nice that he's paying attention, and it's nice that I can get him into reading as well as just sat glaring at the screen as well. And he can have those sort of discussions now. So it's nice to enjoy that with him, really. Even though it's not the sort of thing I'd watch normally, or I'd recommend you to watch, it's nice for me as a parent to watch and share that with my youngest
eldest. One of them. One of your sprogs. One of your spawn. Yeah.
Anyway, let's see what everyone else has been watching and then get out of here. Morning's reviews. This weekend, I only did Killer Clowns from Outer Space, Daybreakers, Evil Dead, The Hole, working on Stranger Things Season 4. I like Daybreakers. It's the Spearing brothers that did Undead, the Australian horror movie that I quite enjoy. If no one's seen it, go back and give it a try, because it's a lot more fun than it should have been. And I think they're great directors. I really do. I try and keep an eye on what they're doing, but they just don't do enough at the minute. I don't think. Alex, great. I was watching Big Mama's House earlier, but Disney Plus stopped working for some reason. You were saved, Alex.
Yeah. Did it come up with one of those things on the screen? Are you still watching this? You go, yeah, and it comes up, really? Are you sure? Do you not want to watch something good instead?
Lynn, in the other room, of course I'm watching, and enjoyed Christie. Loved Wake Up Dead Man too.
Good.
I wanted to catch Wake Up Dead Man or something like that last night, but as I say, I just knew I didn't have the energy, so I didn't even start it. So Meows a lot watched Gremlins, The Thing from Another World, Page Master, Never Ending Story, Gundam, War in the Pocket, Samurai X, Goonies, The Thing, Bringing Up Baby, 1938, Chill Out, Scooby-Doo. That's a fair list. So there's a lot.
Wow. So yeah, a busy week inside.
That's some
Are
good
you
going.
in prison? Some hours a lot. Is that why you have all this time on your hand?
Martin's review says, I don't work tomorrow, so I will film some videos on movies and then edit some unboxing videos and watch some of the new movies. Fair. Get plenty done, Morton.
Right, Morton, I'm going to watch your review of the new Hellraiser release and see whether it's worth it or not.
Yeah. Do you subscribe to Morton?
Yeah, I think I do.
Good.
Yeah, I'm fairly sure I do. Yeah. I mean, that felt like you were trying to trip me up there, Phil.
I was.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm sure I do.
Martin's movie covered. Watch this week. Rush, Trading Places, Wild Hogs, Married Axe Murderer. I love that. 3 Fugitives and Smoking the Bandit.
Yeah.
3 Fugitives. That's.
Oh no, I'm thinking of 3 Amigos.
3 Fugitives is the Nick Nolte, Martin Short, Fugitive one, isn't it?
3 Amigos, yes. So I Married an Axe Murderer, amazing. Love So I Married an Axe Murderer.
Yes. Adam, we tried to watch Doctor Who spin-off War Between Surf and Turf, Land and Sea.
Yeah, I think didn't Adam mention that last week, and we both looked really blank. And then a few people said it's a Doctor Who spin-off, and we're like, yeah, that's kind of why we don't know about it.
Rafa, have you seen Smile 1 and Smile 2? I've seen Smile 1 and I thought it was there. I wasn't bothered about it at all, so I just didn't bother with Smile 2.
I know everybody seems to love Smile 2. I thought Smile 1 was better than Smile 2, but if I was to rewatch either of them, I think I'd rewatch Smile 1, which probably says a lot to you because you didn't like Smile 1. So.
No, not myself.
Yeah, no.
Mad Dog, the new one, Hellraiser, was pretty good. That one from a couple of years back.
Oh no, I've seen the film. It was the actual media book itself as to whether it was worth picking up or not.
Crunch and I only really watched a bit of TV streaming. One night in Hamleys and Alton Towers, celebrities given free reign inside places when they're closed. That's an intellectually stimulating as it got. Very good. Sometimes that's all you need. Sometimes you just need that nonsense. Antonelli Piello, after the live stream, I planned on all the Rankin and Bass Christmas cartoon set. Nice.
Enjoyable. Yeah.
Some meals a lot. So I work 12:30 p.m. to 11 p.m. That's a shift and a half. Then watch a movie when I get home and go to bed. 4 of those movies were watched yesterday and 1 this morning.
I mean, how do you do that and then feel like you get in and go, I'm going to watch a film now, and you don't just go to bed? Well done, you.
Nathan, I watched a lot of graphic movies this week from Vinegar Syndrome, as they are.
You're not allowed to say, what film was it? Where they ran through to their secretary and said, it's pronto, not porno. Can you correct it? Oh, that's going to annoy me now. I can't remember what film that was.
I don't know. I've not got many Vinegar Syndrome releases. They don't massively appeal.
I've done. Well, you know, you being a good Christian boy.
Well, they didn't. They didn't. Mon just did the unboxing video, but just for you, Glenn, I'll watch it and give it an honest review. That's the Hellraiser.
Yeah. No, I thought it was okay, to be honest.
Yeah. Rafa says, I told to a female friend that I hated the 2024 neo-noir crime horror movie named Maxine starring Mia Goth due to poorly written plot. Her main female character disagreed me a lot. Do you think it was poor? You enjoyed it, didn't you?
Yeah, I like it. I think it's... Oh, I'm getting real echo for some reason. I don't know why. I like it. It's the weakest of the X trilogy.
Yeah. Fair. I've got to watch it. Yeah. Cranston and I just added the One Night In is streaming free on Prime with ads if you're interested. I'm not. I've got to watch all this stuff first. What he says, Birdcage, Glenn.
Birdcage.
Jeremy says, I watched a lot of special features this week. I want to get back to some special features. I've not watched any in quite some time, apart from the Star Wars and Marvel ones, which my eldest boy likes flicking through, which is quite nice.
Yes, Kid Capri. It was Birdcage. It was Gene Wilder, not Gene Wilder, Gene Hackman's character, wasn't it? Saying about it's pronto, not porno. That's where the line came from. Oh, you little star for remembering that. Well done, you.
There we go. And with that, I'm going to call it a day, Glenn.
Yeah, now we've peaked with the Birdcage, which is a great comedy, by the way, and more people should watch the Birdcage.
Yeah. So with it being the end of the stream, I'm going to have a look on our top list. Top list. And have a look who the most engaged was, most commented, is it? Biggest super fan on the leaderboard.
The biggest typer.
The biggest typer.
Yeah.
I don't think it's necessarily the amount of comments. Sometimes it's how lengthy they are and how much input they actually put into the chat, I think.
Is it really? Does it analyse that rather than just... That can't be true, because Jeremy Carr has won many, many times, and he just writes any old rubbish.
Well, true. But yeah, I'm going to bring the list up now and have a look. Are you ready for it?
Do it.
Right then. The list.
Yeah.
The list. Oh, I can't find it. Where's it gone?
Oh, my God.
I've got it.
Look, it's going to be Morton, Cranstonite, Kikapri, Jeremy, Darren G will be in there.
We'll go from 20.
Yeah.
Lynn in the other room's actually in there as well at number 16.
What? At 16? Yeah. Well, it's not top 10, though, is it?
No. So top
try harder.
Number 10, we've got Matthew Alder. Number 9, we've got Martin's Movie Cupboard. Number 8, we've got Sim Meows a Lot. Number 7, we've got Woody. Number 6, I've got nobody. No one's listed at number 6 for some reason again.
Somebody will state they are number 6.
Let us know in the comments. Why who's number 6? No one, right?
Nobody cares. Everybody's logged out.
Number 5, we've got Alex Great. Number 4, all the way from Australia, we've got Mad Dog.
Well done, Mad Dog.
Yeah, nice. Number 3, we've got AJ Pink.
6 is Anthony.
Oh, Antonelli Pillow at 6. Number 2, we've got Morton's Reviews. Well done, Morton. And at number 1, the King Holds the Crown.
Really?
We've got Jeremy Carr. Jeremy Carr at the top.
The big JC. No, not Jesus Christ. Jeremy Carr.
You could have beaten. But anyway, I want to thank you all for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the stream. Just a reminder, next week, maybe a bit later, I'll probably settle on 8:15 UK time, which is probably 45 minutes later than normal. But I want to do something a little bit different, a little bit Christmassy next week. So we may have some trivia, may have a little competition, may just chat nonsense about non-Christmassy movies that we watch at Christmas time or something around that. But anyway, hope you've all enjoyed. And until next time, farewell.
Bye, everyone.
Hang on, Glenn. I've got to click because I want to put hearts on there and I want balloons on there. And
can I not go yet?
I want confetti.
Can I go now?
And hang on. I want all the effects, man. All of them. Anyway, goodbye.
Well, I have a microphone and you don't. So you will listen to every damn word I have to say!